Hi everybody, welcome to today's workout. I'm Clifta and today is going to be glutes and calves. First up is hip thrusts. I'm starting with 45 pounds and I don't want to forget my pad. It really helps so the bar doesn't dig into your hips.
And this is the main reason I love my bumper plates, because it's just so easy to get underneath the weight and get the weight on my hips. And if you're doing these along with me and you don't have bumper plates, you can use dumbbells or even a band. And I'm new to doing hip thrusts, so I'm learning where to put my back on the bench. And for this particular set, I didn't get my back in the right place. You'll see in a little bit it was hurting, and I took my hands and put it behind my head to see if I could help a little bit right here. And the bar was kind of getting a little wobbly, so that didn't really work. But yeah, I just didn't get the bench low enough on my back. So this bench is almost a little bit too high, but if I scoot in really close to it, it kind of helps. And you can see the edge of the bench is just a little bit too high on my back, so ideally I would want it just a little bit lower, and that does keep it from being uncomfortable. And this bench is a hard bench too. It doesn't have a soft edge, so that's part of the reason too, which makes it more important for me to get it in the right place.
So I got 25 reps, so I'm going to go up on the next set. Okay, so I put another 10 on each side. I have 2 10s on each side. The bar is 25, so 65 pounds. This is the heaviest so far. I think the last time I did these, my last set was a 10 and a 5. This is my second set. It's up 5 more pounds on each side than the last time I did them, so yay. Going heavier. That's my goal this year. Get my strength back, focus on eating more protein, legs, glutes, and arms. The other body parts too, but my main focus are my legs and glutes and arms. I want those to look better. Yay, we want a bubble butt. Bubble butt.
And for this second set, I really focused on scooting up closer to the bench, and I think I got this in a better position. So my back didn't hurt this time, and I could really focus on this set. And again, this is the second set of hip thrust, and this is 65 pounds, and I think this was probably my heaviest at this time. And you want to make sure that you keep your head up and your chin tucked, and when you're coming up to the top, you want to make sure you're scooping your hips and tilting your hips to get that squeeze in your glutes. That really makes a big difference in how well you feel these.
65 pounds, 15 reps. Yay. So we're doing a third set. I'm going to go up a little bit more. I think I'll put maybe just a 5 on each side. And I think I got myself positioned better on the bench, so it didn't really bother my back as much. We're going up to 75 pounds. 75 pound hip thrust weight. I'm getting a little stronger each time, and I like that. It feels good. 75 pounds, 15 reps. Yay. I feel like my glutes are pumped already. You want to focus on leading with your heel / ankle and not your toes.
Next up, we have banded side steps, and I'm using an extra light band, and I ended up doing 100 reps. I have the band below my knee. Last time I did these, I had it around my ankle, and this time I did below my knee. So you can change the tension depending on where you put the band. If you put the band above your knees, it's a little easier. Below your knees, it's a little harder, and then around your ankles, it's the hardest. So I did 100 reps, got warmed up, and then I moved the band down around my ankles for the second set, and then I think I ended up going heavier for the third set. So these, it's very important to push your heel out when you're stepping side to side and not your toes. If you lead with your toes, you're going to change where you feel this. So you really want to think of pushing your heel / ankle to the side. And you can do these alternating side to side like I'm doing here, or you can do them with a few steps one way and then go back the other way. So say maybe sets of 10 one way and then 10 back. Here I don't have a lot of space, so I'm just alternating back and forth. At the gym I have more space, so I like to take 10 or 20 steps one way and then 10 or 20 steps the other way. And this set was a little bit easy, but it did get me really warmed up for the next exercise that we're gonna do. Super excited with this.
So I did 100, got a good burn in my glutes. That was a nice warm up. I'm gonna go into the step ups. And for my step ups, I want to really focus on pushing from my glutes when I step up.
And these are the step ups. I did just my body weight for 30 reps total, so 15 on each side. And you don't need a bench to do these. You can use anything that is sturdy where you're not going to fall. And the height makes a difference of how well you feel it in your glutes. The higher the step, the easier and more you're going to feel it in your glutes. The lower the step, you're not going to feel it quite as much in your glutes. But hinging forward like this into your glutes does make a lower step work a little bit better to feel it in your glutes. And if you look at me when I'm stepping down, the bench is almost as high as my knee, and I felt my glutes really well on this. I have gone higher with these, which does make it a little bit easier to feel it in your glutes, but it also makes it harder. So just adjust your step to where you are on your fitness journey, you know, even if it's just a little bit off the ground. Start from where you are. If this bothers your knee, you might not want to go as high. You might want to use a lower step. It had been a while since I had done these, so I just wanted to start off with my body weight, which was perfect for the first set, and it allowed me to take my time and to really get connected with my glutes. And then I did get to go up heavier on the second and third set.
So that was 30 reps on the step up, 30 total, so like about 15 on each side. When you do those to really get them in your glutes, you kind of want to hinge your hips back. So you're kind of a little forward to hinge back into your glutes like this. So you're kind of hinged forward. So that right there, hinging, gets you in touch with your glutes. So then when you go to step up, you're going to push from here. So it's a step up. Your foot that's on the ground helps you a little bit. It's kind of like a spotter. So you're not just standing up this way, right? Get forward, hinge, so you're pushing back into your glutes, and then you're gonna step. So you're staying forward, you're hinging back, step. That keeps that tension in your glute pretty much the whole time. So when you're at the bottom, you're hinged back, you're in touch with your glutes, and it just constantly kind of keeps that tension there. So you don't have to find your glutes every time, because if you come down and then stand up straight, you kind of lose that. So if you just stay forward and stay hinged into your glutes, it keeps it right there. Next set, I'm still staying with the extra light, but to make it harder, rather than going up with the band, I'm going to make it harder by putting it around my ankles.
And with these, you want a slight bend in your knee, and I'm just alternating back and forth. So the step out to the side is as wide as you can comfortably, and then the step in to do a tap is it more like a half step. So you're doing a full step and a half step. So full step when you're stepping out, then when you do the tap, you're just doing a half step. That half step back in keeps the tension on the band, because if you come all the way in, then you lose that tension. So you want to always keep the tension on this slight bend in the knee. Step out as wide as you can. Keep those toes almost turned in just a little bit, so it makes you focus on pushing out from the heel/ankle.
Ooh. Right here. That was 50. So same thing though. You're gonna hinge forward, keep your back flat. With 5 pounds. It's basically about keeping your flat back and arched up just a little bit and just not bending at your lower back, because that puts pressure on your lower back and we don't want that. So as long as you're keeping your back flat when you hinge back, so you're hinging back, keeping this flat and not like bending and rounding, you're keeping it flat and hinged into your glutes. I think this time I'm actually going to go up just a little bit more for my band. I think my butt is kind of pumped. 40, another 40 on those. I'm going to go up a little bit more on my steps. I'm going to go up to 8 pounds. With 8 pounds. So that's 3 sets of those. Let's go on to the next thing. Next up are hyperextensions, glute focused, no weight on the first set.
cross my T's. I don't dot my I's. I won't say pretty please, or speaking little white lies. I've got a rebel soul. 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 Oh, just get down with it, down with it, down with it. Just get down. I ain't no thing that you can chain with a ring. And I ain't no price for admiring eyes. I've got a rebel soul. 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 Just get down with it, down with it, down with it. Just get down. I can be good when I wanna. I just don't wanna. I can be good when I wanna. I just don't wanna. I can be a good girl when I wanna. I just don't wanna. I can be good, I can be good, but no, I got a rebel soul. Hey, I've got a rebel soul. I got a rebel.
Okay, so that's it for the glutes. My glutes are pretty pumped.
Jack says thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Or a pause up. Pause.
Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And please comment too. I love to read your comments.
My rebel soul. Just get down with it, down with it, down with it. Just get down with it, down with it, down with it. Just get down with it, down with it, down with it, down with it, down. I've got a rebel soul.
I think I could still move them like that.